Hi, Gemini. This is going to be your October 2020 forecast. It's good for the Sun, Rising Moon, and Venus sign of Gemini. Keep in mind, as always, this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with all of you. If it doesn't resonate, try watching readings for your Rising Moon or Venus sign. You could find messages there on this channel instead this month. If you're new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. I read for your sign every week on this channel, Gemini. If you'd like a private reading with me, the link to my website to book a private reading is in the description below. All right, let's get into it. Lots of swords came out for you guys. Gemini, I think October is about making a major change, and communication is going to be key between you and others, and seeing things clearly and seeing them for what they really are, coming up with better solutions and strategies. I think you guys are going to be breaking old patterns. I also get the feeling that you are going to be entangled in something this month, some kind of a triangulation of some kind. And I think that I get the feeling that it's someone that is close to you that might be entangled with a lot of energies. Try to be the gentling influence. Try not to be possessive. Don't operate out of a place of pride or ego. And just try to have dignity in the situation. I think you guys might struggle with some flexibility and adaptability. And I definitely think communication might be an issue between you and another person in particular this month. All right, let's get into it. From the Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck, you guys got two cards that came out: Coyote Spirit, Trust in Divine Detours, and Owl Spirit, You See Clearly Now. So I think that October, you might feel kind of a squeeze, or you're going to feel somewhat frustrated in the timing of some things that have unfolded in your life. Don't beat your head against the wall. Trust divine detours, trust divine timing. Things might not work out the way you want them to in October or the way you think they will. Everything is unfolding in your life for a reason. You have to trust it. I think the detours that have been in your path are meant to help you break some cycles and some patterns, or to break away from relationships with people who can't stop continuing to play out chronic behavior patterns that aren't working for them. I think you're given a chance to step away from some situations in October that you need to. And if it's nothing like that, I think there might be some timing issues for you. Your guides just want you to trust the divine detours. There's also something that you are not seeing clearly. This is your energy. Owl is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It's air energy. There's something that you need to see clearly that you might not in the beginning of October. And it might have to do with the way someone's communicating with you, and it may confuse you. You have the Ace of Swords in your environment for your actions, so I think whatever it is that you're not seeing clearly, you will get to the bottom of it. I've never met a Gemini that couldn't get to the bottom of the truth. I'm always saying it. You'll hear me say it every time I read for you guys. You're the most flexible. You're the most adaptable. You're the quickest on your feet, and you're excellent at communication. And I've never met a Gemini that wasn't like a Sherlock Holmes. You guys are the private detectives and the questioners of our zodiac and of reality as well. So when I laid this spread out and I got this card, I was like, damn, I know this is driving Gemini crazy. There's something that you're not seeing clearly. There's something that needs to be cleared up. When that happens to you and you get into a place of confusion, in particular emotional confusion, don't overthink it. Don't get in your head about it. Just step back and be a true scientist and be a true detective. Look at the facts and the facts only. It will help you see something clearly that you might have a hard time seeing. The owl doesn't necessarily refer to clouded judgment. It's just something you're not seeing very clearly. What your guides want you to do further in October is surrender to spirit, and also to surrender to your belief in scarcity. I actually want to start with this because this might just have to do with your resources. Some of you might have limited resources right now. Some of you might feel as though you're not getting what you need. I noticed this guy is on a trek. He has a backpack, and he's probably in somewhat of a survival situation. The oracle asks you and reminds you the universe is asking you to be open to the infinite nature of abundance. And this way you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So Try not to have a scarcity mindset and a lacking mindset. You do have enough. And I notice that you guys have the Four of Pentacles here, which is about taking a conservative approach with resources. It's okay to do that. Maybe you're not feeling abundance or particularly luxurious in October. You do have enough. You just have to be careful with your resources. The universe is asking you to surrender your belief in scarcity. You're getting enough. You're getting enough. And if you feel like in a relationship you're not getting what you need, know that that's just coming from that one person. Look around to the other resources and other people and other relationships in your life. They might be able to give you more of what you need, because let your friends help you came out in relationships as well. Surrender to Spirit asks you to remember this. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let Spirit work its magic for you. You may get somewhat frustrated and want something more from another person, or think, can I do more? Can I give more? Um, Spirit is saying, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, give all you can to the goal. And then at that point, there's no more you can do. You just have to turn the situation over to the divine. Because the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse for you and you got divine detours, I think it has to do with resources or something not moving at the pace you want it to. When the wheel comes in reverse, it can even speak to natural disasters. And we're still kind of in the middle of, I don't know, maybe a worldwide viral pandemic. There are things that might be out of your control. You might feel as though timing or your luck has even been bad. It's meant to be a month of breaking cycles. I think you will be led on a divine detour in order to give you the opportunity to see that you really do have what you need in the situations that matter most, and also to give you a chance to maybe do everything you can to make something come through to fruition and then turn the rest over to Spirit. It's kind of like with the wheel here in reverse. I'm sort of seeing your work is done. Now just wait for Spirit to decide whether or not it's going to participate at your time frame. It might participate on its own timetable, and time is linear here on Earth. We experience it very differently than it's happening in the fifth dimension. You just might feel somewhat squeezed this month. In regards to health, I don't do a lot of health messages because, frankly, I get very low views on health messages, but I always include them in the monthly forecast because I want people to focus on career and their physical health as much as these damn love messages. There's more to us than that, right? Most air signs know this. The first message that came out for you guys was purify your body. So some of you need to focus on hydration. Some of you may need to be very careful in regards to your kidneys and your bladder. Watch for infections, watch for UTIs. You definitely need to drink more water this month. Also, turquoise, awaken your empathy. Some of you are, and I'll cut right to the chase. I have the King and Queen of Swords in reverse in the middle of the spread. So I'm seeing communication issues and low empathy issues between you and another person. Strategy and solutions, direct communication might be an issue. You might get into a situation in October, Gemini, where you just get angry and you feel like you want the last word, or you go a little cold in a situation, or maybe someone around you is in a situation like this. That's why your advice is strength. It's really, and the card of strength and the card of Leo comes when we have to be more empathetic in the situation. We have to tame our ego, our pride, our desires, our emotions, even triggering issues like with our own, inadequacies. Your guides want you to remember to be as empathetic in a situation as you can, which simply means you don't have to agree with a person. Just try to put yourself in their shoes. It might help with communication. It might help you understand other people's decisions. It might help you understand the detours and help you to see clearly the way Owl Spirit wants you to do. You got good advice from the Romance Angel Oracle deck in regards to romantic relationships, familial relationships, friendships, even career, even your feelings about yourself. The first card that came out was let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others, people you trust. So they want you to really focus on friendships this month and let your friends be there for you and help you. I do notice that I have the Hermit here, which is a good card when he comes in the upright, this Virgo energy. If you're feeling somewhat withdrawn, it's okay to reach out to friends that support you. So let your friends help you and guide you this month. They might have a good opinion. They might help you see something clearly. Also, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. If you are single, you might be being too narrow or narrow minded. Be a little bit more empathetic. Just trust in that divine timing. Keep an open mind about who you consider friends and a soulmate as well. We don't live in an echo chamber. They might be different from you, you know? And also, romantic feelings came out. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. For some of you, you have a friend around you that you would never have considered a romantic partner. Your guides are saying if that's the case, keep an open mind. If you're feeling romantic feelings stirring, they're real and they're worth exploring. Yeah, just in general, your feelings are real and worth paying attention to and exploring. If you pay attention to your feelings, physical and emotional, your emotions and your physical body, it will help you see things more clearly. And it will help you surrender to spirit as well. So, at the center of it all for you, the overall theme is the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the challenge or the catalyst is the King of Swords in reverse. I see two people going toe to toe here and wanting to get the last word with one another. It's possible that you have other air signs in your life this month. The Queen of Swords comes in reverse to remind us that there are times when we are too easily influenced by our emotions. This could not even be you. This could be another person. This could be another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or another person in your life that you have to deal with. Watch for you yourself, Gemini, being bitchy or cold hearted. Watch for being overly influenced by your emotions. It will be a month to work on direct communication, having very clear boundaries, being independent, in particular, focusing on empathy and mental health. Everyone thinks the Queen of Swords doesn't have a heart. That's not true. All air signs know that every Queen and King of Swords have a heart, but they lead with the truth and they lead with intellect and they lead with the sword of discernment. So, it will be a month. Watch that you're not trying too hard to protect your heart. Leave your biased judgments behind you, okay? Focus on independence and clear boundaries. When cards come in reverse, they're just homework assignments. Honestly, I think you guys are breaking a cycle with the person that's pissing you off because the problem or the challenge or the catalyst will be the King of Swords in reverse. You could be connecting to another air sign, possibly. The King of Swords is about a quiet power and an inner truth. But sometimes the King of Swords comes in reverse when we ourselves or someone around us is not very empathetic. They misuse their power. They play devil's advocate constantly. They play mind games. They have to get the last word. They get angry. They get angry because they're no longer the smartest person in the room or they're not allowed to define the truth for us. Make sure you define the truth for yourself. Watch that your standards are high for you yourself, but are not unrealistic. We only have sovereignty over ourselves, but I see that you and another person might struggle. You may just be feeling angry and stuck. You can't think of a good strategy or a solution. I think the communication will be key because what's driving you is the Page of Swords in reverse. The whole family is coming out. The only one missing is the Knight. And I'm glad because if you're having a hard time coming up with a good strategy and a solution, and you and another person are kind of just mad and trying to get the last word with each other, I don't want to see a lot of action taking place. I'd rather see cycles be broken and I'd rather communication be the focus. It will definitely need to be the focus in October, Gemini. The Page of Swords in reverse can be a little bit of a gossip and a little bit of a shit talker, or worst case scenario, you and another person might be having you might have a hard time expressing yourself. You may be struggling to find a new way to communicate with someone. This is haphazard action. This is hasty words or actions, all talk, no action. Um, you guys are the smartest sometimes with communication. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I know this is making them crazy. I know they don't like it. You are going to have a breakthrough. The Ace of Swords is right here. It's right here. And I think you're going to handle it with some humility, the way you see yourself. We'll get to that. Just listen to your guides. They'll help you. So you try to focus on better ways to communicate. For some of you, this is a person around you that you cannot talk to anymore. You've got to do what you've got to do. They're confusing you. Maybe they're the one with low empathy and they need more turquoise energy, and you're just trying to purify. So that seems to be what's driving you, not able to think of a new way to communicate. Or there may be something that you're just not exploring and studying anymore because it's not bringing out the best in you. If that's the case, that makes sense. In the past or deep within, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So feeling the energy of Saturn, which is the planet of karma. It feels like a squeeze. It's bad luck. It's bad fate. You might have a difficult time tolerating all the ups and downs in October, or someone you're connecting to is. When the Wheel of Fortune comes in reverse, we attempt to break old cycles and old patterns that no longer work for us. Watch for being resistant to change. And in regards to bad luck, there are just things happening in the world that are somewhat out of our control. You come up with the good solutions and the good strategies, have strength of character, take a conservative approach when necessary, and you can break those cycles. Sometimes change just feels very uncomfortable and it can make us feel powerless. Maybe try feeling your way through it and not thinking your way through it. That can feel kind of counterintuitive to an air sign, but I know you can feel your feelings just like any water sign could, right? I know you're capable of it because you're very smart. Geminis are so smart. Honestly, I see you guys really trying to think through something and struggling with it. Try feeling your way through it. That'll help. What you're thinking about all the time and what your guides are asking you to do is the Four of Pentacles and Strength. So don't restrict your heart chakra. It's okay to take a conservative approach. I think you guys are holding on to any resource you have. Your guides are saying this will be a month to focus on security and saving money. Watch for the extreme scarcity mindset. Let go of any control issues you're having. But in this deck, he looks pretty relaxed. He's not covering his heart chakra. He's just saying, these are the only four pentacles I have, and I have to make it to the 10 of Pentacles. My resources are important to me. Even my emotions and my time is a resource. I think your guides are saying you need to claim your resources for your own this month. You might not have a lot to give. It's okay to hold back. Just don't hold on to the past. Okay. It might just be a month for budgeting carefully. Also, they want you to be strong. Some of you are dealing with a Leo even. Have strength of character. You be the gentling influence and the good influence in a situation. Strength only comes when it's called for. It's like you have to be the human resources department in your own life. You have to tame your pride and your emotion. You may have to face a situation with strength. Strength comes out when something is difficult. Try to shine by awakening your empathy and just knowing that once you've done everything to achieve the goal, let spirit do the rest. Your luck will return and you will have expansion again when the communication is better. Yeah, you might need to have friends come and help you as well, Gemini, and keep an open mind. I'm seeing closed-mindedness here between you and another person. This might just be a person you have to suck it up and deal with and then get away from. Because coming into your present moment and moving out of October into November is the Ace of Swords. Here's the breakthrough. Here's the clarity. You will see something clearly. This is where, we hold the sword of discernment. This is the breakthrough. This is the success. This is the aha moment. So the idea that you're looking for will present itself. The path that you're looking for will come. You will have that breakthrough. You will have that clarity. You might have to remove yourself from another person to do it, because I can see that you're struggling with flexibility and adaptability. You see yourself as the Seven of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Swords gets a bad rap because one of its primary meanings is like deception and betrayal. Sometimes the Seven of Swords is about acting upon our own behalf and being the lone wolf, being very sharp-witted and on our toes. It's not show friends, it's show business. I do need to be flexible and adaptable. I need to take my stuff and get out of a situation quickly. In the reverse, you might see yourself as feeling somewhat guilty. You might feel like some imposter syndrome. You might question who you really are in a situation. That's pretty normal for everyone. We all go through moments like that. Watch for keeping secrets. Don't cheat yourself. Don't kid yourself this month. Some of you are wanting to turn over a new leaf and maybe experiencing a little bit of guilt about something. If you are, it's actually a moment to be congratulated. It means that you do have empathy and you have emotions. But I would work on being flexible and adaptable. I think you're in a situation in October where you're really trying to break a pattern. In particular with communication or coming up with solutions or strategies to something, I think it involves another person. And I think they're pulling you out of your energy because the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords is your energy. This will take strength. You need to keep your resources for yourself. The breakthrough is coming. In your environment, hidden factors, things that you might not be aware of. I have the Empress in reverse, the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. You might not be aware of this person in your life. And I kind of get the feeling that you're not. This could be a Libra or a Taurus. This could be a wife, a married woman, a mother. This could be you. Focus on having high self-esteem and high standards. This will be a month for self-care. You might have a person around you that struggles with this. The way they feel about you is the Page of Pentacles. They may have something to say, but I also think that this person might be holding this pentacle for themselves. They're not really opening up. They are in a place of transition. They just want to put the past behind them. I get the feeling that this person might be somewhat possessive of something that they feel belongs to them, and it's important to them. This will be different for each of you. Just let this person transition. They're trying to release baggage. They may have something to say. They may have something to deliver to you. They may have something that they think belongs to them. Try not to have a power struggle with this person over it. They're going to have a hard time being creative. They need a lot more self-care. Their self-esteem and self-image might even be a little bit hurt right now. They might even be having a health issue. You try to keep your Empress energy in the upright, Gemini. Some of you are just divesting in a situation, or a person is divesting from you, or a person you're connected to. Eventually, I think you'll be the strong one. I think it's possible that some of you might be having somewhat of an objectification or a power struggle with another person. There could be more than one person involved with this. Often that is the case with strength. You just stick to the truth. You stick to the truth. And you make your own luck here, Gemini. The Seven of Swords in reverse can be about making your own luck and figuring out who you really are in a situation. Yeah. In your feelings, interesting. I have another king showing up, the King of Wands and the Six of Wands in reverse. This could be your energy. This could be the energy of someone around you. This is often an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, divine masculine energy, but even an air sign woman can be the King of Wands. Shoot, I show up as the King of Wands in my own readings all the time. It's possible. So I think you're looking for something with a lot of passion. I think you're looking for something with a lot of growth potential. You may be connecting to a fire sign. Often the King of Wands speaks to having grand visions, visualizing long-term success, being very confident, very passionate, very experienced, a natural born leader that's very good with words, very smart, and very consistent. This might be a person you're drawn to. A King and Queen of Wands usually like a lot of attention, and they want you to pay attention to them first. And then they're very dynamic and they inspire and lead others. This guy doesn't look great at communication. I think you're fearful that you might be dealing with someone that you won't be successful with. This might be a person you're connecting to in October that feels a little thrown off their golden pony. Their ego might come into question. This might also be a relationship that cannot be displayed to the general public at this time. But I think you're a little fearful that someone just might be a consummate bachelor or a player, or this is a person that either is focused on you that doesn't feel like they're successful with you, or you're focused on them and you feel like you're not having a lot of success. This might just be a month that's all about your own passionate pursuits, Gemini, and you're focused on your own personal definition of success. You might not feel the need to display it to the whole world. Yeah. It could be a couple different things. What you're ending on, something's going to change. Moving out of October into November, something will change. Because I have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the Tower. Sevens are about karma and cause and effect. So the Wheel of Fortune is about karma and cause and effect and change in your life. So I think that you may become impatient in a situation, or you don't really have a long-term goal right now. I think you're just clinging to any resource you have. Clearly, you're going to go through something in October that needs a good strategy and a solution, and definitely better exploration and study. The truth definitely needs to come out, and you need to be, I think you want to get out of a situation, or you're struggling with it. I think you're going to become impatient and somewhat confused. Or it's simply that you don't have a long-term plan right now. You're a little overwhelmed by all the options in your life. You may want to do a little bit of wishful thinking. Watch for living in an illusion in any way, or feeling overwhelmed, but something will eventually change with the Tower and the Ace of Swords. This might not come soon. This might come like 7 months from now. You're going to be looking for that thing. You might have a sudden awakening, though. In particular, moving in, this is Scorpio season, that the Tower represents. It's Scorpio. So by Scorpio season, you may have a breakthrough. It will be a sudden breakthrough and a sudden awakening. I think you're looking for an option that will bring major change into your life in some way. It does feel chaotic, but with the Tower and the Wheel on the table, something major will change that will put you on the right path. Watch for feeling impatient because you have 3 sevens on the table. And seven correlates to the Chariot, which is about your willpower, your drive, your success, your determination to move forward. So focus on accountability, determining the direction that you go. It will take some willpower, but just keep that willpower focused on you and know that you can't control anybody else but yourself. But I think a major change is coming. Very much so, with the Tower and the Ace of Swords. Okay, Gemini, so that's your reading for October. Just trust in the divine detours for now. I honestly think it's part of Spirit's plan, or you might just be going towards a Tower moment because something needs to change. If you've done everything you can do and you see things clearly for what they really are, that could help. And I think one of the most important messages you got was awaken your empathy, be empathetic. Um, right now. Focus on the way you're feeling. Keep an open mind. Listen to your emotions and focus on the bonds of friendship. They will help you see things clearly. All right, Gemini, that's your October forecast. I hope it resonates with you and I hope it helps you. Book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Gemini. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.